Variables in Python. What are variables? So variables, these are characters which help us to store information like boolean, integers, string, float. So there are four types of variables. There's an integer, string, float, and a boolean. So I'm going to start with an integer. So to declare an integer, you just need to first you need to give it a name like this. So let me first explain an integer. What is an integer? So an integer, this is simply a variable, a type of variable which helps us to store numbers in Python. So for you to use that variable, you just need to name num, but you can give it any type of name you want, and then I'll just add 30. And if I print this on the terminal, you see for you to print it on the terminal, you just need to get the name of the variable and put it in here, and make sure you don't put it in brackets, because if you put it in brackets, it will treat this number as a string. Put it in brackets, because if you put it in brackets, it will treat this number as a string. Save the file and execute. So you can see 30 on the screen. So let me just do this. Here for you to see the type of this number, you just need to write type open bracket and close brackets. Save it and then print it. You can see an int here. It belongs to the class of an integer. So let's move on. So next one on our list, it is a string. So a string, this is a type of variable which helps us to store things like letters, sentences, and many more, which like, hey, my mom is like this. So it helps us to store sentences and letters, things like that. And you can try to find out more about these variables on Google. If you just search Python variables, there are lots of websites which offers these things and materials for free. So for you, I'm just going to give it the same name, num equals. You need to put quotes here to define a string. So a string, for you to define a string, you need to put quotes, whether single quotes or double quotes. So now let me like Moses. So let me just bring this down here. So if I print num here, you see it is a string, and if I print it, can see Moses here, and see if I had these things here. If I remove quotes, you see an error. If you hover over it to say undefined name. So since this it is in letters, it should be in quotes. That's because it is a string, so it should put it in quotes. So if you don't put this in quote, it will print out an error. So as you can see, it didn't line. It pointed out that I have an error. I didn't hide these quotes in my name variable. So if you come back here and add quotes, you can see Moses here. So let's move on fruits. So fruits, these are numbers which have a point like this. 1. So let me just give it, first let me give it a name. Now you can see here. So if I type the type variable to see what type it belongs to, what class it belongs to, you see it is a fruit. So you can see that it is a fruit. So let's move on to the Boolean stage. So a Boolean, this is simply a variable which has true or false. It's like yes or no, but it only have 2 characters. It is only true or false. So let's type it out on the make sure you type it out like I'm typing it, because Python is key sensitive. If you kind of make a mistake and add a small letter T here, it won't print. It will print as an error. As you can see here, it is an error. Undefined name true. So for this to work, you just need to type a uppercase T at the beginning of true. Save this. You can see that it is a Boolean. Bool. So bool means Boolean. So if you print this out on the terminal, you'll see you can see true here. So another one, it is false. Just like I told you, you need to use an uppercase F at the beginning of false, because if you don't use an uppercase F at the beginning of F, the Python interpreter will treat this as a string, so it won't work. You can see false here.